When I heard the news that the Colonel was being inducted into Aspen Hall of Fame, I said, he's a perfect fit. His caring, his giving back to the community, he gives of himself all the time.
And he just builds such incredible relationships. He just will talk to anyone and make them feel part of our community, and that's why he's so loved.
I was born in 1935 in Seattle, Washington, so I'm a native of the Pacific Northwest. I grew up in a little logging town called Enumclaw, Washington, in the foothills of Mount Rainier. And during my youth, I spent a lot of time with the family out in the mountains. When I was about 7, it was the first time I came in contact with any military people, and those were some of the 10th Mountain Troops that were training up on Mount Rainier. And little did I know that I would wind up working for Fritz Benedict, who was one of those mountain troopers on the mountain. It's a long story over many years, but I felt, well, I was involved somewhat in the 10th Mountain as a 7-year-old boy.
Dick attended the University of Washington in 1953 on a Navy scholarship, earning a bachelor's degree in forestry and a master's degree in natural resource geography. While he was in college, he was commissioned as second lieutenant in the U.S. Marine Corps and proudly served his country for 26 years, 4 in the Navy and 22 years in the Marine Corps. He was stationed stateside in California, Virginia, and Michigan, and overseas in the Philippines, Japan, and the Republic of China. He served in a combat command in Vietnam.
I was in Vietnam in 1967, and I wanted to get out of that warfare and that jungle environment. I've been skiing since I was 12 years old, and I wanted to come to Aspen. It was a place that I found out I would make the rest of my life. I loved it. It was a real feeling of healing and optimism for the future.
Still in the military, but wanting to put down roots here, Dick purchased property in Aspen and got certified to teach skiing at Aspen Highlands in 1971. On one military leave in Aspen, Dick met his wife-to-be, Patricia.
We met in Aspen at a mutual friend's home. She's from Meeker, Colorado, so I like the Western girl, so to speak. And we got married in about 3 months later.
Dick and Patricia adopted 2 Taiwanese children, Matthew and Heather, while he was serving as a senior Marine in Taiwan. Dick finally retired from the Marine Corps in 1979, and the family settled in Aspen. He returned to teach skiing at Highlands, which was then owned by Whip Van Jones. Dick became Assistant Ski Patrol Director and later Vice President for Mountain Safety.
We ran that mountain on love and baling wire, and it was the Maverick Mountain. The ski patrol deck jump, our ski patrolman would jump maybe 80 feet over the deck, a bash for cash, and the fastest skier that got down the mountain got the money. The ski company would always give their snow report first, and then our girl would come on, and Whip said, now give 1 or 2 inches more than the ski company. So we always had a higher snowfall in the Highlands than the ski company had, you know.
In the 1980s and 90s, Dick was a board member for Aspen Junior Hockey under the leadership of John McBride. John's son, Jono, coached the team, and he and Dick coordinated the first Aspen High School International Hockey Tournament that traveled all over Europe to compete.
It's all about giving back for Dick Merritt and my experience with him, which has been over a number of years. And so that's how I would describe Dick, as a man that really wants to give back, not only to his family and his friends, but to the community and to the well-being of everyone around him.
Dick left Aspen Highlands when it was sold to the Aspen Skiing Company, and he moved across to Buttermilk Mountain to work as a ski instructor.
We have a Silver Leaf Award for our
Dick Merritt.
Dick recently retired from the Aspen Skiing Company after 35 years of service to the Aspen ski industry.
You get to ski the rest of your days with the joy and lightness of knowing that you touched so many people. And it's my distinct honor to give you your lifetime pass.
Thank you.
Retirement is not in the Colonel's vocabulary, so he continues service to the community as an exemplar for civic engagement and as a natural leader of his many loyal troops.
Will you please stand for the presentation of the colors?
The Colonel works with disabled veterans, attends to hospice care, officiates at memorials to the fallen, and supports Homes for Heroes, all to dignify the service of veterans.
I'm Lieutenant Colonel Dick Merritt, U.S. Marine Corps retired. I'm on the board of directors for Huts for Vets, and we're up here working with our veterans returning and out in the wilderness.
The Colonel is one of the founding board members of Huts for Vets, a local nonprofit that provides a wilderness-based program at the 10th Mountain Huts for men and women veterans who have suffered trauma as a result of their service.
Step up and swing it.
Huts for Vets plans to add equine therapy as an adjunct to their wilderness program. This is an idea spearheaded by the Colonel through his involvement with Smiling Goat Ranch in Carbondale and their therapy work with soldiers with PTSD and children with autism.
We are going to help transition the vets when they come out of the wilderness before they have to go back to their regular everyday life. And we hope to grow this program and grow with Huts for Vets as they grow. One of the best ways to describe the Colonel is he's an absolute force of nature. He is there 110%, and I think he gives 110% in everything he does.
I have been blessed. I'm very grateful that I have what I have today. I've always felt a feeling of welcome here and belonging, and that's why I decided to settle here. The influence that Dr. Albert Schweitzer had, the reverence for life philosophy plays into my philosophy on life. After having been in combat, my hero, we might say, a man that saw what was the right way to live.